What's good? Welcome to First Stream Podcast presented by Bet Rivers. On today's episode of First Stream Podcast, we have Jamal Burke with us today, and we're going to break down the wide receiver position versus the DB position in this year's Super Bowl. Hey, we're also going to look at quarterback versus quarterback, who has the edge there. And we're going to talk a little LeBron James, and Kyrie winds up in Dallas. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to get into it. Let's go.
Ready for your beats? My first song is the person.
Sorry, I can't stop grooving to that new intro. Y'all know that thing is fire. Shouts out to my guy Dre again. Welcome back to First Stream Podcast presented by Bet Rivers. Make sure you guys download that Bet Rivers app or go to www.betrivers.com. You must be 21 years or older to play. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the First Stream Podcast. Give us that good thumbs up. Make sure you guys are chatting in the chat with us, leaving comments and things like that. Do not forget to hit the bell to enable alerts for new notifications and new content just like this. So, everybody's hyped. Everybody's ready to go. It's time to talk Super Bowl. Say's backstage doing a little bit of homework, but we're going to interrupt that right now and bring him. What's good, Say? How are you, man?
What's going on, my brother? What's going on? Trying to get it in best I can.
Get it in as best you can. Right. That's what we do, right? Now, listen. This next lady, she brightens everyone's day, and she has a couple of special words today. Hello, Lady A. Nope, you're muted. Nope.
Really? Anyway, like I was saying, before I was like rudely stopped by my mic. We're going to talk about that later. But I want to say happy birthday to my niece Maddie. She's 16 today, so that's my little mini me.
All right, there you go. Aunt Mo is in the chat, as you all can see right now. He says had a late day at work on the way home, and he says can't stop grooving. It's crazy. Listen, we got to ask Jamal if that 808 kick knocked the speakers out of his ear. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm happy to be a part of the show again. Looking forward to the discussion for sure.
All right. Did you like that new beat?
Yeah, I love that. You said you had a new intro. I can see it, man. It's knocking.
Yeah,
as they see up top. That was knocking.
Yeah, that 808, man.
He went back.
Hey, Ant said the first time we played it almost blew the woofers right out of his MacBook. you ain't give no warning or nothing. Let's say what's up to everyone in the chat. Droop's first in the building today. Droop.
Hey,
said, good evening, everyone. Yes. Bruce Glass is in the building.
Hey, Bruce.
Popped in, and Ant's in the building too. So he's on the way home. He will join us as soon as he can to put his 7 cents in, not 2 cents, because y'all know Ant got more than 2 cents, so he got about 7 of them. Hey, and make sure y'all check out Ant's latest edition of Mind of a Man pod. It's really special. My man is going off. He's in fuego on there, man. I really do appreciate what he putting out there about men. Period. I mean, it's just he's killing that right there. I like that for real. What Fox?
Facts.
Facts. I was like, hold on, wait, Fox. What are you talking about? What are you talking about there? Facts. Okay, there we go.
Facts.
Yeah, he's doing this thing, man. So, listen, let's jump into this, and I want to start with this one first. I want to actually start with one that was later down the line with the LeBron thing. LeBron is 34 points away from breaking Kareem's record. 34 points isn't hard to do, especially when you're at home and your teammates expect for you to go get that record. Do y'all see it any other way? Does he come up a couple of points short and we have to wait until Thursday for him to break this record? Or is it done, set, match today? What do y'all think, Jamal?
I think it's tonight. Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night. You know, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, he already has set up where globally is streaming the game.
Oh, boy.
So the whole world could watch history. And I can't think of a better guy. LeBron James has arguably top 3 greatest NBA stories ever, just as far as how he's exceeded expectations from the first dribble when he was a rookie playing against Sacramento when he scored 25 points. So, and he's just continued over his 20-year plus career. I heard a staggering stat yesterday where he's like top 5 all time in average points per game in his entire career. I think it's like 29.3 or something like that. So a lot of people say he's only in this position solely because of the longevity. I contest that with that stat, and I definitely look forward to him. I wouldn't be surprised if he dropped 40 tonight. It's just one of them's going to be one of those lovely days, and I can't think of a more deserving person who's never cheated the game. He spends what he spends to take care of his body, and he's beloved. He's beloved amongst his respected peers, and that's the one that matters the most.
Right. Lady A.
So, as far as LeBron, I am not
ex-husband.
No, because he's never played for my team. He's never played for my team. So we were never, there. So I was never, head over heels for LeBron because he wasn't for my team. So, but I will respect the man that he is. I'm not a LeBron enthusiast, but I'm real about, what I see.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as LeBron, as far as him playing, will he have the points tonight? So one thing I've noticed about him over the years, LeBron plays off of his emotion. Sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. With that said, is he capable? Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Will he do it? Well, it's a whole bunch of hype around him. So he's going to want to do it.
Now, his game
if he wants to do it, he's going to do it.
I think that his teammates want him to get this done and over with.
Absolutely.
And he's playing the Oklahoma Thunder,
Right.
Oklahoma City Thunder, right? And that's a young team that it's a lot of ballers, but I think that this is one of those nights where he gives somebody 40, like you said. He dropped 40, 45.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they sitting in the locker room like, I just got done dirty today. He dropped 45 on my head.
Yeah.
I don't know. Say it. What you think, man?
I mean, as speaking of his longevity, that's part of the thing that has made him great. I still think that he's going to stay around long to play with one of his kids, which I think he's trying to do.
He's waiting,
but Father Time waits for no one. But I do think with what they have going on right now tonight, he has a perfect chance to do it at home.
Yeah.
Like you said, the commissioner has done everything he could to put it prime time. They want to make it happen, let everybody see it at the same time. Give him all his flowers right now, right? On top of it. Now the thing is, this Lakers squad has been so up and down, man. I mean, I know LeBron is doing what he can, but the picture of him sitting on the bench the other day with that towel over his head, by himself, it says so much about that team. He's giving so much of this team this year, and they're struggling to do what they need to do. Can he do it? Yes. But he's using so much energy that he's almost wiped out if they're doing back-to-back. He just, again, Father Time waits for no one. But would I put my money on LeBron to do tonight? Yes. I will say that.
So, Sid, you saying he old?
I'm saying basketball years-wise, yes, he is.
Well,
yes, basketball year-wise, them legs got a lot of miles on them.
Jamal, you said something, though. You said something. And the same can be said about Brady.
Okay.
Right? You said that his longevity, and LeBron has not had a major injury, right? Where he has lost half of a year, right? And the fact that he came straight out of high school as well has helped him to reach this milestone. And I can't even remember. I had it earlier. How many games faster than Kareem did? Kareem's also going to be in the building tonight. And Kareem is cheering him on because, I mean, one Laker passes the torch to another Laker. It doesn't get no better than that, right?
Right.
So, and then you said that he's waiting to play with his sons. So, if his son has to go to college for at least a year and he wants to play with his son, can y'all imagine what this record is going to look like by the time that he hangs it up? So, which leads me to my next question for everyone. Will anyone ever pass LeBron's record that he sets when he retires as the all-time leading scorer in NBA history? Now, keep in mind, he came straight out of high school, and he's already over 20 years, and he wants to play with his son. So even if he averages 18 points in that final year before he retires, that's 18 without a major injury, getting at least 80 games, or let's say 75, because let's say he has some load management games in there.
Yeah.
Right. So that's 75 games, maybe the playoffs or so. Will this record ever be broken? Because records are made to be broken, but what do you think?
I think that with the rule changes, reverting back to allowing high school players go directly from the NBA, I believe in the next year or so, anything's possible. But at the same time, the amount of dedication and commitment and just the level of laser focus that's required in order to accomplish what LeBron James has done, it's going to take somebody extremely special and rare. Probably a three-point shooter, it would be my estimate. And that's what makes it so remarkable is scoring was an afterthought for LeBron. And here he is tonight about to make history. So I do think that, I mean, records are meant to be broken, and whoever does it is going to be quite the player for sure.
Where are my manners? This is the way this format should look right here, because you're supposed to get the big box.
I didn't know about that rule, that they were talking about rolling back that rule.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know what makes the rule so much more interesting is NIL now.
Okay.
Some of these kids are making more money in NIL for staying in school.
Yeah.
You know, not saying, don't get me wrong, we all know they want to go to NBA, but when I looked at Rashard, the boy from Florida that decommitted.
Okay.
When I looked down the breakdown of what they were willing to pay him per month, per year to stay in school for 4 years.
What's the amount?
One of them was like 180,000 a month because he was getting 13 million over 4 years.
Okay. Right.
I think he was getting like 700,000 off the top. And then each year it got higher per month. I ain't talking about for a year, per month. He was getting a check per month.
Right.
You know, all the way it was stressful for 4 years.
Right.
So because we know there are some high school players who already got NIL deals. The one young boy was in Kentucky, got the Porsche deal. They gave him a car.
Right.
You know, these NIL deals are based off them staying in school.
Right.
So it's gonna be a pretty interesting pull and tug to see, am I gonna leave this 1 year or am I gonna stay to get the rest of his money?
So you don't think that someone is gonna get it because of the NIL deals? Because once they touch college, they there for at least 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. Well, see, that's what I said. That's why I say it's going to be an interesting give and take because they're rolling back that. If they're rolling back that rule to where I can jump right to the NBA, right?
Right.
But remember now, a lot of guys don't make like you said, it's a special person that goes into the NBA and that can stay there like LeBron and them and grow from there. A lot of them guys feels a lot when they first get there and realize these guys are bigger, faster, stronger, just like I was in high school. Some can adapt. So with me saying that is, some of them say, you know, maybe I should play 1 year. But now the NIL money, I say, wait a minute, I'm getting 13 million right now. If I don't go in the first round, I may not get 13 million. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? It's why I say
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting. Giving that's what I'm talking about. The giving pool of who's gonna make the decision. So, well, I can stay and make 13 million and say, get sent down to the D League.
Yeah,
There
but
you go.
many are called, few are chosen, right?
Right.
We're talking about just a one or two, right? It's that cliche, 1 in 1,000,000, and LeBron's at one. So whoever does go on that journey to try to eclipse his all-time leading scoring record, money ain't gonna be a motivator. It's about the purpose. It's
Exactly.
about scoring one more point than whatever that number ultimately is going to end up being. Money's just a distraction, and that's why you talk about all these countless athletes that fizzle out, because once they get the money, once you have a goal and the goal is money, once you achieve that, there's no more motivation. There's no more purpose, and that's why so many people end up coming up with different coping mechanisms, alcohol, women, drugs, yada, yada, yada. But when you talk about LeBron, you've never heard off the field court stuff.
Right.
His reputation is impeccable,
Mhm.
and so is his business acumen. And that's what I'm saying. He's like ideal. He's the epitome of what a superstar athlete who takes pride in his family's name and also wants to represent his organization, the face of a franchise. He provided a blueprint for the very few chosen ones to follow. And so, yeah, the money's just a distraction. But what we're talking about is a man of purpose and a man on a mission. And job well done to LeBron James for following all the way through.
I like how you put that, a man on a purpose and a man on a mission.
Right.
Lady A, give us your thoughts, please.
So I truly feel like this conversation has been had before. Let's be honest. When each time a person breaks a record, that question comes up. It's going to get broken again. It's going to. It's just that's the way it is.
All right.
How soon is really the question. I
Right.
don't think it'll be a long time, but just like all the greats in basketball, when Kareem was doing his thing, there were a lot of people that came behind him that were motivated by the things that he did.
Right.
They modeled themselves after him. They mimicked him. We have a generation and other generations to come that are going to follow LeBron. They're going to go down that same path that he has gone down. Some are going to make it through at an amazing level, and some, like we said, may fizzle out. However, someone's going to do it, and it will take like pretty much what you said, Jamal. It's going to take that special person. It's going to take, it's not going to be just anybody. It's going to take a special person with dedication, someone who is just amazing, something we haven't seen before. But there's always that situation. There are going to be kids later on that we're going to compare. Is he the greatest of all time? Because that's the conversation always. Oh,
Oh, him and Mike, LeBron
Right.
versus Mike. Yeah.
Look, even Kareem, like that conversation was had about Kareem. People were comparing themselves or other people to Kareem. Then here comes Jordan. Then here comes, Kobe. Here comes LeBron. Here comes all these different players. And that conversation is always going to happen. So it's going to happen.
Yeah.
He's going to break his record, but we don't know what that record will be just yet because he's not done.
I seen an incredible what they call them now, shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I seen an incredible short. I gotta send it to you, William. It showed when LeBron was in high school receiving like the National Player of the Year award in high school, and Michael Jordan was presenting him with the award.
Wow.
And they said 0 points in the NBA, and they had whatever 32,700 whatever Michael Jordan's current tally of points was. And then they fast forward to the 70, top 75 players of all time, and then Michael Jordan still had that number, and LeBron James had 5,000 more points.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm talking about, that journey, and that's what makes LeBron's accomplishment so
That much
peculiar
more amazing.
and so amazing and special because it was something he wasn't even seeking out to do. It was almost inconsequential benefits or rewards for being so faithful and being so dedicated to the game.
Yep.
Like the basketball guard said, hey, I know this is not what you want, but listen, I got a surprise for you.
Right.
I'm going to give you the ultimate assist, just like you've always been assisting your plays to prop them up to make them better. But thank you. And I think the basketball guards will be there tonight in attendance.
Yeah. All right. So that's enough basketball. Let's do what everybody's here for. Listen, we're talking about it's Super Bowl week. Let's get to breaking down these wide receiver DB battles because that's what I promised you guys. And you know, Pick always delivers on his promises until I don't. But I will keep my promise today. All right. First, let's look at the Kansas City wide receivers, and then I'm gonna give you the Kansas City wide receivers. Lady A, can you give us the DBs for the Philadelphia Eagles as I run down the Kansas City wide receivers?
Because I'm about to pull everybody up. Hold on.
She's pulling it all up. Okay. All right.
So I would have had that ready.
I'm sorry. I got you. All right. So this is actually off of their depth chart. Juju Smith-Schuster and Marquise Valdez-Scantling said that's Sayed's guy right there. Antmo, what's up, man? Yeah. How are you?
Marquez
Scanlon, right? That's you got Kadarius Toney. I think he's actually their fourth wide receiver. Sky Moore is probably their third wide receiver. And Mikael Hartman is out. Yep. And then you got Justin Watson as the other wide receiver there. So that's their 5 wide receivers. And just for the sake of this argument, I am going to throw Travis Kelce into the wide receivers position because anytime you catch 14 balls, you're no longer a tight end. Tight ends catch 1 to 2 passes a game. All right.
What about that guy, Isaiah Pacheco?
Running back?
Number 10?
Pikachu. No, that's Pikachu.
Number 10?
That's Pikachu. He's a running back.
Oh, okay.
He's a running back. That's my guy Pikachu, right?
They do line him up in the slot though.
They do line him up in the slot, but he's a running back by trade. All right, so we're gonna leave him for a later date.
Okay.
So Lady A, give us the DBs for the Philadelphia Eagles, please. Almost hit 7 seconds.
They're not trying to give it to. I don't want to go by
the two that I wrote down that really stood out the most was Bradbury and Slay, and the safety Kayvon Wallace. Those are going to be the main 2 on the field along with that safety. Now they will adjust and bring one of the other 2 off of the bench because they have to with all these weapons that Kansas City is bringing to the field.
Yep. James Bradbury, Darius Slay, Joseph Joby, McPherson, that's their 4 DBs, and you got to think of their nickel, Maddox, and Josiah Scott, and the safety that everyone keeps tripping off of is Epps. That dude is amazing. So yeah.
So wait, who is out?
Mikael
Hartman. Why receiver? I think number 17.
They put him on IR yesterday.
Yeah.
Dang, he was already out. What?
He had a pelvic injury, and then he got folded up and hurt the same pelvic injury. So with that being said,
was that the last game?
In the last game, the last game. So they put him on the bench, and they activated Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
He was activated today. So with that being said, we've named the wide receivers for the Kansas City Chiefs. All right. We named the defensive backs for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I don't know if y'all caught this, but Darius Slay, a number 1 corner. James Bradbury, a number 1 corner. All right. Let's just look at Juju Smith-Schuster and Valdez-Scantling.
Okay.
Right? Let's just start right there, one-on-ones.
So Juju, if you said Slay and you also
Bradbury.
Those are ones. Juju Smith. Juju's a 3.
He is a 3.
He's a 3. So he's gonna get smothered, right? He's gonna have a long day. I think that they're gonna have to depend on him. The fact that Hardman is out, because Hardman was very productive. That boy got a nice release. He's nice, quick, runs a nice route tree. But a lot of attention is gonna be forced on Kelsey as a result. But I mean, if the Kansas City's hoping that their pass game is successful and Juju Smith is if he's one of the main culprits, man, they're in for a rude awakening unless he just got significantly better over the last 14 days.
Oh, wow.
And I feel like,
days.
And I feel like it's not even close that the Philadelphia Eagles defense, specifically the corners, have the advantage.
Absolutely.
Versus the opposite side of the ball. I'm like, if you contain Travis Kelce, everything else will be simplified.
Yeah.
Running the ball is not one of their strong suits. So if you're forcing these guys, like you're saying, he's a number 3 and he's never been in this position before. The other guy, I mean, he's James Toney. Is it James Toney?
James
Bradbury.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the boxer. Couldn't help him either. But Kadarius Toney, once again, a lot of talent, but a lot of this stuff is still predicated around Patrick Mahomes. So if you can contain Travis Kelce, it's gonna make for a long day, especially if Philadelphia can run the ball like they've done.
Right.
Well, I think Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney are going to play big parts in this thing, right? And the reason I think that is because that's just raw, pure, unadulterated, unapologetic speed. Right. And if y'all know Andy Reid, he keep a fast wide receiver in his back pocket.
Oh man, y'all missing the person y'all need to worry about is Marquez. He was a guy. He was the go-to guy in the last game when they took everybody away. When Kadarius Toney went down, when Mecole Hardman went down, Juju Smith became a third down wide receiver only, kept the slot. The man that was killing everybody was Marquez.
I thought Isaiah. That's why I said Isaiah. I thought Pikachu. He was the wild card. Yeah, Pikachu for me. Yeah, he stood out to me as the wild card. He was moving them chains on so crucial third downs. He always came up strong. That's when I was like, "Who's that?" He's almost kind of like a replica of Tyreek Hill. He's not Tyreek Hill, but his game style is pretty similar. Obviously less inexperienced and less productive, but I think that I think they're gonna try to come up with some more packages that incorporates him because he is a mismatch. And I think even with the corner,
or safety,
safeties or linebacker. So I think he's gonna be the wild card.
First off, that's a Rutgers kid, so he's from Jersey, right? He's from Jersey. Rutgers tough, Rutgers strong. Shouts out to Lou Holder, right? Yeah. Rutgers guy as well. But I do believe he's a wild card because I think you'll see him in the slot along with Clyde Edwards-Helaire and my other running back in the backfield, and you'll see him in the slot because he's going to be a matchup nightmare. You're either going to put a corner on him, and then he's going to overpower him more.
Are you showing your hand? Are you revealing your hand already in less than 30 minutes? You said my running back. Are you a Chief guy?
No.
You didn't wait 29 minutes. You can't even wait 29 minutes. You can't even wait 29 minutes.
So there's a running back. There's a running back for the Chiefs. There's a running back for the Chiefs that I always predict to have an anytime touchdown. So that's when I was like, my guy. But Lady A wanted to get in there.
No, actually I was agreeing. I think Pikachu honestly is going to be a problem, but to piggyback, I think it was you, Pick, that said if you shut Kelsey down, which y'all know I'm a Kelsey fan. Oh, that was you.
That was me. Okay. She don't want to give my credit. She gonna give it to him.
It wasn't no good points. And if it was intentional, you would know. Like I'm gonna let it be known. Like, oh, I'm not gonna say Aunt said it. I could be petty, so I wasn't being petty. It wasn't on purpose. But yeah, I do believe if you shut Kelsey down, that's going to be a problem. They're going to have to go to, other measures. And I feel like that is Mahomes' go-to. So if you shut down a favorite, then what do you do? But I kind of want to make sure that nobody else is going to be out before I sit here and show my hand.
Oh, okay. So I haven't shown my...
Again, that's what I say. Again, this is what Cincinnati did during the last game. Mm-hmm. They put an over-under on Kelsey.
Yeah.
With Pacheco breaking those runs off the side.
Yeah.
It left Marquez Valdez-Scantling out there with a big plate.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see it coming. Nobody seen it coming.
No. First,
but he was the man who was man out there making those catches when he needed to. He made those catches.
I just got one question for y'all. When Valdez-Scantling was making those catches, who was the defender closest to him? Did his initial start with AE?
Oh my God! Why everybody be killing Eli Apple? Did I miss the memo? Everybody be killing Eli Apple.
Listen,
this is killing that guy. Man,
Patrick Mahomes went in the huddle and said, "If Eli Apple lines up on you, I'm bringing you the ball." All right, and then he looked. He's like,
"Man, yo,
I mean,
Eli Apple was damaged ever since the general manager asked allegedly his mother if she was a crackhead or some inappropriate question during the draft process. I mean, he's been damaged ever since, man. Jeez.
Hey, Patrick Mahomes always knows where Eli Apple is.
Hey, so, this is my thing. If you look back to the first two, I'm gonna show you my hand. Listen, this just is what it is. If you go back and look at all three of Patrick Mahomes' Super Bowls, what is the difference? He had the first team, San Francisco, didn't know how to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They had a stellar defense. That gave him problems.
Yeah.
He was able to do that theatrical stuff late to put him over the top because a guy that talented, if you give him enough opportunities and you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're gonna lose the game. And we've almost, outside of like a young Rodgers, we've not seen a guy of his caliber at quarterback.
No.
But then you look at the one he actually wins. I mean, the one he loses, the defensive ends destroy him. He can't get rid of the ball to save his life. He was actually doing the throws he missed were more spectacular than the ones he made.
But don't forget now. Don't forget now. The offensive tackle.
Yeah, I know both tackles were out.
No, yeah. One of them was out. He chose to stay out because of COVID, and then the other one got hurt the week before.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy who replaced him got hurt in the first quarter. So you got also wait at the same time.
Well,
that's cool.
As you guys
know,
he got his butt kicked. They were
right.
all 100%.
That's all I'm saying.
All of them went today was 100%.
Both times, though, it was going to take some amazing theatrics, as great as he is. You see what I'm saying? He like even more that second one because he was clearly at a disadvantage. I wanted him to win that one. I ain't gonna lie. I definitely want Tom Brady to get it.
So why was Juju listed as questionable?
No, Andy Reid put that out earlier today. He said everybody was 100%. Everybody was 100% go today.
Yeah, he gonna say that.
But that's not updated. It can't be updated.
He
took what I'm saying. He was questionable before because of his knee. Just because the coach said he's 100%, what is going on? That's what I want to know.
He took an over/under in the last game. One hit him high, one hit him low.
Okay, so he really might not be 100%. He might be like 95.
But nobody's 100% right now, though.
Yeah, but with a week off, your body is closer to 75.
You're right.
So.
You're right.
Yeah,
and this is for all
the season.
This is for all the marbles. There's no tomorrow. Monty Coleman said, "Do what you got to do. Sacrifice what you got to sacrifice for this one day."
Yeah.
Yeah. And Lady Antoinette, just a quick thing. Questionable don't mean nothing really.
Yeah.
It's probable. That's when you get a little alarm.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially when you get that on a Thursday. Okay, let's switch this over to the Philadelphia Eagles. So why is my mom calling me in the middle of a podcast?
Because she loves you.
Right, I
And
was
it
about
may
to
be
say the
important.
same
Calm down, sir.
Wait.
She
Hey,
loves
you could have kept that one to yourself.
I mean, all right. Mom's calling in the middle of the podcast. All right.
Yeah, mute yourself and answer the phone for your mom, and then I'll finish giving you my 7
Or
cents.
you would better
Right.
text her back.
I
Because I
text her.
wasn't done with my point, but I will let it move.
I told you, Aunt does
That's
not
why I said facts earlier though, because I was
He's
like,
gonna
you
give
said
you-
2 or 7 cents. I'm like, facts. I got a lot of them. Don't
He's
worry.
gonna give you 7 of them. Yeah. I sent Mom a text. I told her I'll call her.
Thank you. At least text her back.
Right, you don't leave my house early.
Get your mom the voicemail.
Family over everything, man.
Listen. I'm going to hear about it later. It's okay.
Yeah, you're gonna hear about it now.
Never
too.
send me the voicemail again. That's what she's gonna say.
Yeah.
But I'm a grown man and she's this tall and I'm still scared of her.
I was gonna say, look,
Still
all that
terrified.
combat training ain't gonna do nothing for you if she get
Not
on
a thing.
That's right.
Not a thing
Get
once
that
she put it
broom.
on me. Let's look at the Philadelphia Eagles wide receivers. You got AJ Brown.
Yeah.
You have
Peace.
Devon Smith.
Devon Smith, yeah.
All right.
You almost could stop right there.
Devontae Smith.
You really need to. Devontae Smith. You got Zach Pascal. You haven't really heard of him. Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins is the dude that really should go. Do I even need to go any further?
No.
I'm gonna stop right there, but I am going to include
Dallas Goedert.
That's where I was going next. I'm going to include Dallas Goedert the same way I included Travis Kelce into this.
Okay.
Because I think that Dallas Goedert is the key here, because if you put a safety over the top of AJ Brown, the Smith's going to kill you. He's would you say a routician?
Yes.
He called him a routician.
I like that.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah, Devontae Smith is going to route you up.
Yeah, routician.
And then you're going to have one-on-one with your weak linebackers that Kansas City has with Dallas Goedert, and I think that Jalen will find him as well. Can you give me the secondary for the Kansas City Chiefs, please?
You got McDuffie, Snead, Watson, Williams, and the safety Reed. Those are top 5 that you're gonna look for.
Ain't enough.
Snead
It
may
just
not
ain't
be
enough.
even 50%.
It's not giving.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's gonna be a tough day. That's what I'm saying. I could see complete domination if I pray it ain't true. Like if Patrick Mahomes is still ailing with that injury,
Mm-hmm.
and Andy Reid kind of start playing protective mode when he knows maybe it's too much. It becomes too overwhelming. So he might be preparing for the future. However, yeah, I just think that Philly's locked and loaded on this one.
Yeah.
And I just think the Kansas City Chiefs on both sides of the ball hampered with a lot of injuries. And when you're talking about AJ Brown with Smith, that duel alone, and then with Gardner as a tight end, that's gonna be constant one-on-one mismatches that, I just think that's gonna come down to a personnel thing with Kansas City Chiefs, and they just don't have enough man-to-man to have any answers to the inevitable onslaught that's coming.
Yeah.
So I think I think that Kansas City is going to have to disguise their man coverages and their zone coverages to try to make Jalen hold onto the ball just a tad bit more than he wants to. So they have 2 rookie corners that have been getting better because of the amount of snaps that they've played this year.
Yeah.
Right. So at this point in time, they're no longer rookies. These guys are vets. They just played 3 of the best wide receivers in Cincinnati last week and came out on top. They did a great job. You saw the plays that they made late in the game.
Yes. So if I'm hoping, praying for the sake of just having a great game, if the Kansas City Chiefs defense can come out with the same intensity and competitive spirit that they did the end of the third quarter up into the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, when Patrick Mahomes finally sucked it up and just said, I'm going to play through this pain, they was able to keep Kansas City in the game by completely dominating the Cincinnati Bengals on defense. Now, if they came out with that same potency on defense, now they got a chance. But if there's any slippage at all, I just don't think that they're going to be able to put up enough points. But I think a lot of this is going to be predicated on the health and condition of Patrick Mahomes, because as we all know, he's the one that makes the engine go with KC.
We keep jumping to the quarterbacks. Let's stick away from that real fast.
Oh, sorry.
Right. But these wide receivers versus Kansas City's defense, one-on-one, man-to-man, advantage goes to who said?
Anthony, you talking about Kansas City DBs? Or you talking about
Kansas City DBs versus Philly's wide receivers, one-on-one, man-to-man. Who's the advantage go to?
It goes to Philly.
I love the suspense. Hey, did y'all catch that? He already knew he was gonna say Philly. He was trying to prolong it.
You all knew he was gonna say Philly, but he was like, he gonna
say Philly. I say Philly because Snead is supposed to be their number one, right? He's been hurt the last. I mean, when I say hurt, I'm talking about 50%. Yeah. No, he's not even in the 70%. He's been 50% barely able to play. I think he barely played last game.
Yeah.
Them two rookies are gonna get a lesson.
Yeah,
get a class today.
Yeah,
and that's what's gonna be. That's what's gonna determine. That's gonna be part of what's gonna determine what happens in this game. The other thing that's going to determine this game is Nick Bolton. Whether or not they're gonna make him spy, or they're gonna let him rush the pass.
That's a game changer. Bolton is a game changer.
Yeah,
Bolton is a game changer. All right, Lady A, who has the advantage here? Philly's wide receivers, Kansas City's defensive backs.
I mean, we say defense is going to win the game. If that's the case, it's going to be Philly because, and I'm not showing my hand, I'm just being real. Let's be real. We're not going to sit here and pretend that the Chiefs' strong point is their defense. That's not.
No, we're not going to pretend that.
That's not their strong point. So I see in this situation, I see Philly, their offense is extraordinary. Let's be real. Their offense is extraordinary. We lost Jamal.
For a minute.
But
we'll get Jamal back.
This is Jalen that's going to be throwing the ball to these gentlemen, right? To these wide receivers.
Yep.
Not Minshew. Okay. Jalen Hurts. So with that said, yeah, I don't see them doing anything with this.
Okay.
Devontae Smith alone is going to, he's going to run.
He said he's going to route them up. And what you got?
First of all, do y'all see this new feature where you can add?
I see it.
Yeah.
What?
It's a new little feature where you can put like a little title to your.
Add your title.
Whatever. But no, before I'm glad Jamal came back because I was gonna tell him, Jamal, he wasn't doing no suspense. Said he playing slots on his phone, man. He
outed you, Said. He outed you.
So he come up, he like, huh?
Said playing slots during
what we talking about? No, but I mean seriously, what AJ Brown showed us is that he was worth every penny.
Absolutely.
That he got. And he is a big play. He's a mauler of a receiver. Big play down the field guy. And then when you look at Devontae's not just a routician. He also is a big play receiver. Like he also can go make the tough catches downfield being a whittle guy. So I'm impressed by their receiving core. I think they clearly have the advantage over Kansas City. And then when you throw in Dallas Goedert, it's just more of the same, man. It lends to Philly really was the best team all season, and it wasn't close.
Yeah, well, right here, this matchup is a matchup of 1 versus 1 that we have in the Super Bowl. We have ones versus ones. Who says home field advantage doesn't matter, right? As far as that goes, I like I said, now here's a little bit of my hand. If and we got you, Jamal.
Yeah.
If Philly catches Kansas City in man-to-man and Jalen gets out of the pocket, does anyone remember what Donovan McNabb used to do when he caught teams in man-to-man? He had a ball with his legs.
Yeah.
And then that means that Philly's going to have to play zone, and now we're going to figure out if Jalen can deliver this ball while Kansas City's in zones, and can you read these zones and deliver from the pocket? I think that is what Kansas City's game plan is going to be, is to mix and match our man, our zones, and make it look the same, where he doesn't know if we're playing 2 high, 3 high, a shell over the top, what it is, but we're going to have to make Jalen beat us from the pocket and beat us with his mind and show us that he knows what to do, because I think their wide receivers definitely have everything it takes to give these DBs and everybody a lesson, but I also think they'll be bringing blitzes from angles that nobody ever thought about.
Yeah. But see, I think mainstream media will never give Jalen Hurts the true credit he deserves. He's a very cerebral quarterback.
Yeah.
And so I think that he might allow the disguise of I won't be able to run or pass or whatever like that. So I strongly am very confident in his skill set to be able to recognize different defensive schemes and pick them apart to whether he requires to throw the ball or run the ball. So that's something I don't think the mainstream media will give him full credit for.
Said got the box.
He
got
muted.
the box we could.
You're muted.
No, he wasn't muted. He was with me.
I am not muted.
I can't
No,
hear
he
you.
was.
Sid.
He was letting the ball
Hit the
talk.
mute button. Nobody want to hear this crap,
No,
man. Come on,
see, this is what they don't want to hear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I told them in the beginning of the year,
Before the season started.
before the season started, they had been trying to get rid of Jalen Hurts, even without giving him a full season. They were saying, is he going to be a quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles?
Right.
Like I told Pick, like I told Lady A, he had Washington, a playoff team, on the ropes. They pulled him in the third quarter. They had no answer for his legs, him throwing the ball. They pulled him in the third quarter. Washington went on to win that game, and Philadelphia lost. Coming into this year, you turn around and give him weapons. I told this guy right here.
Hey, man, leave me out of this, man.
I told him Jalen Hurts would lead that division as the quarterback. They would win the division, and he would be the number one quarterback in the division. I told him this.
Hey, get out of there. You did. You said it. You said it, man.
Anyway.
That dude.
We know you said it.
He said it.
Anyway.
So since we are talking
here we
about
go.
QB,
Somebody put that belt.
Hold on now. Let me get this. You said you brought up Donovan McNabb.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what we also got to remember is that Donovan McNabb is also real life Willie Beeman. So what we hope doesn't
Except for he
happen,
didn't apologize.
and I was going to bring this up,
He didn't apologize though.
is because I hope what happens is that the nerves doesn't get to this Philadelphia team and it causes them to regress a little bit because the moment is so big, right? Because Jalen, him running is what he always did well.
Right.
Yeah.
What's going to have to translate is him being able to put those balls in them same spots when the pressure is on, when the cornerback is right on the back on that hip. He got to still be able to make those throws. If he does that, I really don't see this team losing, respectfully, to how great people want to crown Patrick Mahomes to be. I just see he's the more talented player, better overall quarterback. But this year, Jalen Hurts is better in certain aspects that he's been able to make those passes translate. So, I hope that it's just a mere bag of shells another day at the office, because I'm cool with the Eagles. Get it for the division. I'm cool with that.
I can tell you two players who ain't gonna be scared.
Here we go.
Oh,
name them. Name them and claim them.
Oh,
Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean.
Well,
Nakobe Dean might get 3 snaps and 2 of them on special teams.
You think he's gonna play this game?
Watch he gonna play.
No, I ain't cool. I'm cool if he does. I'm just saying I know he ain't get a lot of snaps. But hold on now. This is another thing too. I'm being serious, not because he's not good enough, but maybe there was more concern about that chest thing than whatever.
No, that's not what it is. It is.
Old boy played well. Who's already there?
Philly is a veteran-laden team. Their rookies have played about maybe, I think, a little bit under 200 snaps, whereas Kansas City had a ton of rookies who've played over 500 snaps. They were a very young team this year, and the Philadelphia Eagles are a veteran-laden team this year. Let's turn to the position that we've already been talking about. Let's turn to the quarterback position. All right. Okay. You got Magic Mahomes. You got Jalen Hurts. Now, these two guys took two different paths to wind up in the same place. Let's look back at their college, if you will. Okay.
Wow.
Patrick Mahomes starts off at one school, winds up at another school, and does Patrick Mahomes type things. It catches the eye of Andy Reid, who moves up in the draft to draft him. Jalen Hurts starts off at Alabama, where literally he held the team back a little bit because he was still learning to play the position of quarterback and not just be a runner. He loses his job to Tua, transfers to Oklahoma, gets with your boy Riley, who is a genius coach, gets drafted in the second round of the NFL.
Hey, you sound like mainstream media, Woody.
I'm sorry, man. This is off the top.
Man,
I just have to.
Your bias is all over everything.
Thank you, bro.
I'm not being biased
all the time.
I'm just giving it to y'all real. I'm just gonna bring it to y'all real. Right?
Come back.
I'm gonna tell you guys that we losing Jamal. I'm just gonna tell you guys that I'm gonna give you the full story.
Okay,
so
give us the full story.
So we know
Jamal. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, your biases is all over the way you just say.
Hey,
structured that story. Sheesh.
I gotta set it up.
It ain't even your internet. It's him. Once you get to speaking against him, all type of stuff start going wrong. Say it be freezing. AT&T ain't that bad. Say it don't be freezing. This my main man said.
No, that's my guy. Listen, first off, I mean, y'all know that these two quarterbacks, they are really, really special, though.
Yeah,
that's my point. Is these guys are really special, and their road to get to where they are right now was not easy.
No.
But these two guys, just like LeBron James, we said earlier, these guys have stuck to the script. Things haven't changed them. Jalen's really humble, and Patrick doesn't even know he's a pretty boy. He don't. He's a pretty boy, man. He don't know.
Man, that boy bringing back Herbal Essence commercials. He know he a pretty boy.
I think he's in the other shampoo commercial.
He sound like Kermit the Frog, but that's
he does know that. He does know that.
I'm
so literally, which one of these guys are we expecting to claim the MVP?
Jalen Hurts. He's gonna get the W. And he has great story. Even you today, you still have doubt with Jalen Hurts. I think honestly, it's gonna cap on just an outstanding story about perseverance, believing in yourself, and everybody doubted him. And I mean, we're surprised. I mean, other than Cedric, it sounds like nobody thought this would be his trajectory. He would be this dominant, and he has established himself this year, in my eyes at least, as a true leader of the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think that with this victory, he could secure the bag and secure generational wealth for his own family for decades to come.
Agreed.
The extension is coming anyway.
It has to.
Jeff said he ain't got to prove nothing else. He already said that. That came out today, I believe it was. But listen, I'm going to get my stuff out the way so I can let the other people go.
Go get 10 cents in.
Perseverance and belief sound great, but he had to do the work.
Yep.
He really did the work, and for me, I was a little, what's the word I'm trying to say? Apprehensive. I was apprehensive at first because, listen, I gotta see you consistently do this, and then I don't want you to do well. You're a Philadelphia Eagle. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I don't want you to do well. So I was really hoping that it didn't translate versus seeing the proof of what was written. No, being serious.
Right.
Now, when Sayed jumped off the ledge early in the year, I didn't buy it. I thought he had a little too much of his moonshine. To be honest.
Hey, he sure did.
But he was on point. And you know what? I was a fool. why did I think Dak Prescott was going to be consistent when it matters? It includes the playoffs. And Lord knows he doesn't do well in the playoffs, but that's another situation for another day. Anyway, he did the work, and so that's important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, this backstage chat is popping right now. I just got to tell y'all that. Like, we have communications, like y'all can tell we're all friends. But listen, I really have to say this. Besides us making our points backstage and making sure that we tell each other to make those points,
Can we hear your argument of why you think the Chiefs are going to win?
Wait, no, pause.
Okay.
I gotta say, Ant said that Said jumped out the window.
Yeah, that was funny.
First off, Said don't even jump out of bed. He's not jumping out of a plane. He jumping out of bed.
Well, he did that time.
Said keep 2 feet on the ground at all times.
All times.
What he really did, Ant, was he had that almanac. He got that time machine.
What?
He had that sports almanac. He got that time machine. And he came back and he didn't tell nobody. That's what he really did. Because nobody saw this coming. Nobody saw. Vegas didn't see this coming. The season that Jalen was going to have.
No.
But I know who got a ticket that says Jalen was going to win the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That dude was touting him. Go back.
You did a futures on that?
Said.
Why can't?
I'm so sick of you, man.
He's messing with us. He's messing with us.
Oh, I'm sick of you, dog.
Oh,
that's all right. The internet gonna catch up to you in a second.
No. But yeah, no, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Said had that sports almanac, man. He went back to the future. He got a time machine sitting in his garage. Time machine sitting in his garage. So who is the MVP between these quarterbacks here? Who wins the MVP?
Oh, I ain't talk about mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go. I'm sorry. Backstage had me. Backstage had me tripping.
Go down too, lady.
Backstage had me tripping.
I'm gonna be like this, frozen.
You be looking like Sid.
So I really want to say I feel like I like Patrick Mahomes. Don't get me wrong. But I do feel like Jalen deserves this.
Yeah.
Like he put forth the effort. And this team has been amazing this year. It was surprising to me, I will admit. But not only the team, because the team itself has been playing well. But when Jalen was out, there was a big difference between who we saw when Minshew, Sid's favorite person, and Jalen Hurts. We saw two different teams. We really did. So with that said, I really feel like, Jalen deserves it. And we don't know if Patrick Mahomes is truly still injured. We don't know what's going on. That's something that may still play him. Like that may be an issue for him on the field. So I definitely feel like between the two quarterbacks, to our knowledge, Jalen's completely healthy.
Yeah.
We know
he did have that shoulder injury to his throwing shoulder.
Correct.
Right?
He did have that.
They could shoot that up though.
And I feel like, but with Patrick, we saw him. There was a change. It was a change. There was a change in the last game that Patrick played. I saw him walking different. He wasn't like on his feet, like normal. So I really feel as though Jalen is probably the one that will come out stronger and with the W.
Yeah, I heard some people say that that shoulder isn't gonna be well until he gets a full off season. And I just believe with Patrick Mahomes, it's with Patrick Mahomes, I think it just happened at the worst time possible because 2 weeks ain't enough for any type of high ankle sprain. you know. So it's cool. He got up and walked away at the press conference. That was cute. Like, you made it seem like everything was fine. But as soon as the pressure got going, that adrenaline in the game, and it wore off at the championship game, you saw he was right back limping. So it's a stalemate, but I think Jalen would probably be better prepared because I still think he's able to make more throws, and if all else fails, he can depend on his legs more than his arm.
Say it. Man, stop playing with that mic.
Ain't nobody playing with.
Stop playing with that mic, Sid.
Mute it.
Stop playing with the. We can't hear you, Sid. We can't hear you, Sid.
You mute it.
Why you keep messing with us, bro?
He just muted himself.
He did.
And now
Did he turn his camera off?
I don't even want to know.
Oh man, Sid is on one today. Sid is on one today. He's
But
making
no,
my head hurt.
what's funny is that he probably really couldn't. We probably really couldn't hear him. It was the boy who cried wolf because he did that already.
I'm sorry, I was listening for Sid.
No, Sid. No.
Check your settings.
No.
I don't know what's going on with your mic.
We really cannot hear you, Sid.
Why are you messing
He's going.
All right, Sid, stop playing. Stop playing. You play too much.
He's the boy who cried wolf. He really can't. We can't hear him.
He's playing too much.
I feel like he's really talking now. That's what he gets.
Okay, MVP. Who's the MVP of this game? Jamal.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Lady A.
Jalen.
And
I dislike you as well. I dislike you, and I dislike Sid. I dislike all of y'all right now.
AJ Brown's the MVP.
You said AJ Brown?
AJ Brown's the MVP. No,
way.
You know what's gonna
He's
take
gonna
to
go
get
for 300
AJ Brown?
yards.
You're gonna have to go like 200. Yeah, 200 yards.
Yes.
You saw what he did to Tennessee. Y'all saw what he did to Tennessee.
Sid is so petty, y'all. Do you see what's under his name?
I'm the pick
Ain't no
leader.
what, Lady A. I can read it.
Look, Sid.
He froze
He
for real
froze.
this time.
See?
That's what it is.
Said you play too much.
Hey, Cedar. Hey, that's what you get, Cedar.
I cannot.
Said play too much.
That's what he gets.
Type in the chat who the
I'm
MVP
satisfied
is.
with the fact that he's having technical difficulties and he was blurry when he came back.
Yeah.
Number one pick leader, Mr. Cedar.
Can you talk now?
What you talking about, lady?
Oh, there we go. Look,
Oh,
froze.
Then he froze.
Hey, my granny used to say, God don't like ugly, ain't it fun to beauty. So
Then he froze.
congratulations. Take a screenshot of your number one pick leader. I
Uh-oh.
told him that internet was gonna catch up to him. Didn't I
Hey.
tell you?
AT&T, or is it?
I don't
I
have
see
no
what you
problem.
did there. I love it.
Or is it?
Hey, Mr. Remix to Ignition himself.
You know what? Hey, corner.
God.
Corner.
Right now. Look. All right, let's get to our last topic here. Our last topic is Kyrie Irving winds up at the Dallas Mavericks. And if you guys know, we absolutely said this on Saturday, and I told you that Kyrie to the Dallas Mavericks was plus 500. It was a shot at winning a lot of money.
Did you bet? Did you bet?
I did not.
Why would you not? You were
I
going
did
for
not.
that.
I said I thought Dallas would be the place that he would go because Luka needed another scorer with him, and he absolutely wound up there. Said is mad at AT&T right now. Spectrum, we need y'all. We need y'all to get us on the cable channel. Spectrum, come on with it.
Oops.
Can I tell y'all the truth? I don't want
I'm
to jinx
glad I don't
myself.
have Spectrum either. I'm not.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't want to jinx myself. I'm almost certain I'm on the AT&T over here myself, and I don't have them issues.
I think it's
They know.
need a new
know.
router.
No, I think they know it's said.
Yeah. Yeah. They probably do. They probably
You
do.
cuss them out, and it's over.
No, I think it's Jalen too, but the sake for being different from everybody else between Patrick Mahomes and between Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. I would love to see Jalen win this thing for real. But Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks is where we were going.
Mm-hmm.
They gave up Dorian Finney-Smith and some picks that are 6 years away. I think those guys are juniors they are in the 8th or 9th grade, and they'll be drafted by the New Jersey Nets once they graduate high school.
The Nets are a mess, man.
The Nets are indeed.
Yeah.
Did Kyrie do this on purpose? Like, this is what I said on Saturday as well. I said Kyrie went out for about a month and a half and balled out. Must watch TV. He was giving people the business every which way possible. And he did that. And every time he went out and balled, the price to keep him went up and up and up until he eventually forced his way out, telling the Nets he wanted to trade before the trade deadline and before the All-Star game.
Did the price go up, or the price was always the same? I think it's the latter.
I think the price.
Thank you.
His skill set always warranted top dollar. Stop listening to this mainstream media, man.
I'm not mainstream media. I'm just
I'm just saying the narrative. The price never went up. You're talking about an all-time great skill set.
Mhm.
That, I mean, the $1 million question to me, if I had a chance to ask the owner of the Nets or any executive in the Nets, the GM that do Sean Marks, what else would you guys talking about after the suspension other than the full max extension for Kyrie Irving? That's all he's been talking about. That he's been talking about all year. He's been talking about that all summer. So why would you think that his stance will change? If anything, it will harden, no pun intended. So all I think he did was do what he was supposed to do, was leverage his power. And that's why he was courted and ultimately will be compensated by, the Dallas Mavericks or another team, because the Brooklyn Nets didn't appreciate what they had while they had him.
And in this case, yesterday's price is today's price. You're absolutely correct.
So you're saying the price has stayed the same?
The problem is the attention that he's gotten has been so negative.
Right.
And even beyond that, he's not played. I think, and I'll give Stephen A credit for this. He's not played in like 40% he's only played in 40% of his games.
That part right there.
Can you depend on him to be on the floor, whether it's because he's hurt or he's in trouble, or he's taking some stance? Like, that's the problem. That's what makes this all-time, probably in my estimation, the best dribbler of the basketball I've ever seen. And Mark Cuban today, they in a group I'm in, said Luka Doncic is already the best ball handler in the league. Now we have the second best. Mark Cuban, what are you drinking?
I mean,
he's selling.
He got to put a spin on that. Go ahead, Lady A.
So I'm just going to piggyback off of what I said the other day. The only issue with Kyrie can play, but the issue with Kyrie is off the court stuff affects him being able to play too often. And he gets into your locker room and he doesn't get along with people. I mean, he's a great player, but the greatest players that we know, I'm not going to name any names, sometimes they're jerks. They're not people, they don't get along with people. Yes.
I think the 40 game, missing 40 game.
Yeah.
As well as the jerk, unfortunately, lady. I think it's white noise. It's a distraction, because what supersedes it all is the talent. And let's keep the main thing. He's not being compensated to being man of the year. You know what I mean? He's not being compensated of playing every game. He's being compensated because when he gets on that court and he do what he do, he's one of the greatest to ever do it. And everything else outside that basketball is a distraction. Now,
but that's the thing, though. The thing is, you can only count on him to do that.
I agree. I think a legitimate reason. I mean, a legitimate question is, how much does he care about winning? Is he reliable? No. Is he trustworthy? No. Is he dependable? No. But that withstanding, you had 4 teams still willing to put up with his demands and acquire his services. and most great people are assholes anyway. I don't know if I can swear or not, but most people that are high achievers are very difficult to get along with.
Yeah.
So that's just something that, again, I think that's just another distraction. But in closing, as long as it's that expression, until the shit get bigger than the cat, then the cat don't gotta go. Right now, Kyrie's talent is far outweighs the baggage, and that's why he has multiple teams jockeying for his services.
Go ahead, Ant.
So first of all, sir, this is a family-friendly show.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's why
You're good. You're good. But we just, just want
But,
to.
hey, the guest
FCC
could
ain't
have
gonna be
that.
on us for
Ant
those.
forgets.
You good?
Hold on, Jamal.
The-
Ant forgets quite often. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
cuss. That's what
no,
we're
but
only
you
talking
forget it's
about.
a family show.
Oh, hey, listen. Some of the kids are teens. Anyway, this
Now
is
they
a
can-
butane filler. So it's gas.
Right.
This is for Lady A, who is doing a lot of gassing. Because let's go back. How many years
Why do y'all have
was
so many
Kyrie in the
excuses?
league before LeBron came back?
Wait,
Was that
what?
2 years?
How
3
many
years?
years was
2 or 3?
was Kyrie
2 or
in the
3?
league before LeBron came back to Cleveland?
I think 2 or 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And from that, so the 2-3 years preceding that, and the time they were there until the year after they won the championship, we never heard anything about him being this jerk of a guy.
Because of LeBron James.
Hold on.
LeBron James. Because of LeBron James showed it all that.
Right. That's the only reason.
You said what?
Because of LeBron James, he was shielding all that. He was
Yeah.
playing damage control.
Okay, come on now, y'all. Listen.
Yo,
hold
okay,
on.
Ant.
This is my point. This is my point. I think part of the reason why we didn't hear that is because Kyrie was cool as long as he was the man. He was cool with losing and putting up 35, 40 points. There was no jerkishness about it. Just give me the ball. All of the great players just want the ball. And the winning has become secondary in this league at this time. So then LeBron comes, they play well together. He wants to go back to being a man again.
Right.
So now he's just making a decision to go do something for himself as a man. I don't have a knock against that. But the problem isn't how he did it. Hold on. The problem is in how he did it, not the fact that he left. You can leave because KD did the same thing. You can leave, but it was how he did it. So now, even in him getting not wanting to get the shot, that doesn't make him a jerk. That's him making informed decisions about his body and what he wants to do. Him saying he wants to not be him saying he doesn't want to be on the net.
I'm not talking about him being a jerk.
You way off right now.
I'm bringing it current. I'm bringing it current.
Come on, bring
him leaving the Nets. Him not wanting to be a part of the Nets. If we're being honest, what he posted and the stance he took, he didn't say or do anything wrong.
I didn't say
he
that.
was. I'm not. This isn't even about necessarily you anymore.
Get your last 3 cents in real fast.
But the thing is, the narrative is always going to be able to be spent when you're not the person telling your own narrative. So Kyrie could be a jerk of a person, but listening to other people talk about him that aren't in the NBA even say that's not even who he is. So I just think some of that stuff is just kind of overblown because there's been so much stuff that happened in a short window of time for him.
Okay, but wait.
Go ahead, say it.
So
get in there.
Why did he leave Cleveland?
He wanted to be the man.
Why did he leave Boston?
Already left.
And is that bad?
Why did he leave Boston?
Hold on, is that bad?
No, I'm going to show you. Something. Why did he leave Boston?
He never fit there.
Who wanted to go to Boston?
I think he was suited. He was ready to go anywhere.
Well, see,
I don't know if he picked Boston.
The problem is this. The problem is this. He fit better playing next to LeBron, but he didn't want to be LeBron's Robin. Mm-hmm. He got to Boston and realized he was surrounded by enough people to help him push where he needed to be at. You can't keep leaving from place to place and then don't expect on some point to say, okay, at some point it's you and not everybody else around you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Remember, 2 years ago, before COVID, they were talking about Brooklyn was going to be a runaway chaser to the NBA championship.
Right.
Even before they played a game together. Right? Mm-hmm. Remember, he was one of the ones that, hey, I'm going to go play over here. And he could have went back over here to the other side over here. These are his choices. So at some point, You got to say it can't be everybody else.
Yeah, but he's not saying that though, Cedric.
I think he's asking to leave places.
Yeah, but no, he knows his worth, Cedric. And I think this is important to make the distinction. Kyrie's a product. He's a commodity, right? I agree with you wholeheartedly. He's not the man. He's not a leader, right? He can never be a leader of men. He doesn't have that skill set. He doesn't have those intangibles. However, his skill set is, he's like Ant said, he's one of the greatest dribblers ever. He can score the back. He know how to put that ball in the hole. So that is his product. That is what he's selling. That would give him leverage. So he's not being compensated to be a leader of men. He's being compensated for playing basketball. So he has every right, if he's not going to be given an offer of a full max contract and he feels that his worth, which he damn sure is worth the full max contract, to go somewhere else that's going to appreciate him, prioritize him, and put up with whatever he wants. There's no question. It's all going to be short-lived. We all can agree with that. However, he is who he is, and that product deserves top dollar, and that's the bottom line.
All right, hold on. That's not the bottom line.
like that.
No.
Let me hear it. Bring it, Woody. I'm ready. Let me hear what you got to say.
Does anyone know where the Brooklyn Nets stand in the standings? They're 5th in the standings, and that's without KD.
Okay.
They are 5th in the standings without KD.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's Kyrie keeping them above the watermark line.
Yeah.
And when your help comes in KD, and whenever, if you were any part of a baller, you would not have, because basketball people play basketball. That's what they do. They're always on a court, right?
Okay.
If you was any part of a baller, you would be getting Ben Simmons ready for the playoffs.
No.
Who's getting Ben Simmons ready?
Come on now. Wait.
No, William.
Kyrie
No,
Irving?
William.
Wait.
Kyrie Irving's gonna get Ben Simmons ready for
You
the
had
playoffs?
your
Let him speak. Let him speak.
You had your time because KD and Kyrie, they've only won one playoff series.
Okay.
Right? And everybody knows that Kyrie is really good.
Right.
Kyrie and Kevin Durant can take over a game at any point in time.
Okay.
However, you have not seen KD, Kyrie, and Ben Simmons. So I'm not telling you like he's out there working out Ben Simmons or anything like that. No. But what I'm saying to you is this is where he puts Ben Simmons under his wing and says, hey, bro, for us to do anything special, you need the ball. You need to get your S together. But Kyrie can't say that because he don't have his S together. Because instead of being the best player on the team, you're the biggest headache on the team.
He's not going to do that ever.
Though, right?
Come on now.
Yeah, Ben Simmons don't want. Ben Simmons didn't want to play basketball.
Ben Simmons, we already know Ben Simmons don't want to play basketball.
So why you put expectations of
Kyrie?
Kyrie?
When you get a ring, that's eternal.
Kyrie already got a ring though.
No, he's talking about Ben.
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 We've been talking about Kyrie though.
We play basketball.
I'm just telling y'all, man. Listen, y'all think that he's gonna come down here to Dallas with Luka and change all of a sudden?
No, no one never said that. Yeah, no.
But I do absolutely believe that you can get this man to focus for 3 months.
He's best as a number 2.
You can get him to focus for 3 months, and that's all that Luka needs is for him to focus for 3 months. They still short another score, but here's the most important part. They have a person in JaVale McGee on the roster who will punch him in the face anytime Luka says, punch Kyrie in the face. Go ahead, lady.
I don't like.
But look,
I'm not talking about.
Okay, so back to what I said last time. Kyrie asked to leave because Kyrie was in his feelings.
Right.
About what? He had nothing to be in his feelings about.
You don't know what he had to.
Right.
When Kyrie asked to leave a team, it's because Kyrie is in his feelings. That's part of his personality. He's a jerk. He's a good player, but he's a jerk. And when Kyrie, hold on, because when Kyrie gets angry, let's be real. Think about the way Kyrie has handled everything.
Right.
He is a kid. He will pout. he will. I mean, even if
He's
he's
spoiled.
right,
Yeah, he's
he
spoiled.
is. He's spoiled.
Being in your feelings doesn't make you a jerk, though.
But that's part of his personality. I'm not saying that being in your feelings is why he's a jerk. He's a jerk. That's why he doesn't get along with certain people.
If they signed him to an extension, would he be asking for a trade?
No.
He got his money. He
doesn't. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have a contract after this summer.
You just said if he signed an extension, would he be?
If they
offered him an extension,
Kyrie was in his feelings about
money.
something.
Kyrie don't want championships no more. Kyrie don't want championships. He's not chasing rings. Kyrie's chasing money,
guys.
But
what I'm saying is he has an opportunity. He had an opportunity to win a championship with KD for sure.
Correct.
But the scary thing is you've already been there. You've shown what you can do. And if this was an NFL player, I don't give a crap who he is. The players always say it. We don't never get in the way of somebody trying to make their money. Right. We're using Cleveland and Boston as an example on why he's doing what he's doing now. When this has everything to do with, they said it out of their own mouths. He said, "Hey, can I get a contract extension?" They said no. He said, "Well, then I want to be traded."
Right.
It's that simple.
But let me say this. Let me say this because I don't think you understand what everybody is trying to say. If he wants to leave, that's his business. We're talking about the how and the why and all of that. That's what we're talking about. Kyrie can go play and put up numbers anywhere. He can do that because he's a good player. However, Kyrie's going to bounce from team to team because of Kyrie, because he has whatever's going on inside of him internally. He's going to keep bouncing from team to team. And truth be told, with the Nets, some of his little bratty ways has caused him to not play. Let's be real. Now, whether we believe him, whether we support him, agree, that's not neither here nor there. But Kyrie is Kyrie. And he's always going to find a reason to leave a team.
Hold on. Do you think that Golden State would have offered for Kyrie?
Did they?
No. It doesn't matter though.
No, hold on. Wait. Do you think that the Milwaukee Bucks would have offered for Kyrie?
Yeah, but
hold up.
If they didn't offer for him, then that means no.
Hold on.
Come on, man.
What about the Phoenix Suns? These teams.
Yes, they did make an offer.
They
did.
They
had the best offer, actually.
Yeah.
These teams are chasing. Paul. These teams are chasing chips.
William, you didn't respond.
You didn't make a good point.
You know what? It's almost like what
if
Jamal
you take Chris
said
Paul
earlier.
off of that team, they still not winning.
It's not about
no leader. Hold on.
Paul doesn't play. He's hurt all the time. Hold on.
It's like what Jamal said earlier when we was talking about the NIL, right? Kyrie has a ring. His attention in basketball has changed.
Right.
He's not chasing the ring anymore.
He's chasing money.
Unfortunately for the rest of the teams, and I just thought about
there's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong. No, there's nothing wrong with that. But for us as fans looking to say, okay, why he won't stay with us and help us win XYZ. That's what we see.
Right.
You know, that's not what he wants to do right now, but that's what we see.
Right.
You know, and I just thought when you said that, I just thought, Bing, it just went on. You're right. He has changed from going for a ring. His focus has moved elsewhere.
Yep.
Right. Great players. They get a ring and they get hungry for more.
Yeah, but this is not that guy though. This is not that guy though.
Melo never went for a ring.
You know what multiple rings bring?
What?
More money.
Unless you're just gonna get money anyway.
He's gonna.
That's the NBA we live in.
The type of money, William, that he has and he's gonna garner. You're talking about he's gonna be. If you look up his profits, I bet you it's probably like $600-700 million.
Of course, because teams are dumb.
You talking about what he's made so far? You know what he's made so far?
Well, yeah, in his career,
he's made 231.
Let's back up to the beginning of the show. Pick, why were we talking about LeBron?
Because LeBron is chasing greatness. LeBron, and he won another ring this year.
I just haven't
Why is LeBron chasing greatness? He is breaking a record, right?
Consistency.
He's breaking a record, though. That's why we were talking about him. Maybe Kyrie wants to make his mark in other ways than just getting a ring.
Yeah, and that's what us as consumers, we want him to stay and let's play for us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what we want.
He's got but if he gets his extension, his extension is gonna be over $200 million.
The Mavericks can't offer him that. I just read that as well. They can only offer him $80 million for 2 years.
$80 million. Yeah, there we go. Because ain't gonna move.
They said it was that they can offer him between 1 and 4 years.
Yeah, it's some type of stipulation.
You're right. You're right about the 2-year $80 million, whatever.
The team that could have offered him the most is the New Jersey Nets.
Yeah, but
they had the max rights to him.
Yeah, he left.
But he wanted to
had the
leave,
Super
so
Max.
that don't matter to him.
Well,
He had the Super
because I'm not waiting to go to free agency. You're gonna either pay me the money or you're not. See, this is how the bar gets moved yet again. Because see, the players that we like, we give them the room to do whatever they do. It's kind of like when we were talking about Trent and him smacking people and body slamming folks. People like him. So
he's a
monster. But then if it's somebody that don't nobody like, then he's gonna be painted a certain way. I'm sorry, all superstar players, with the exception of LeBron and even some of his crying antics, or I'm taking my talents to South Beach, were completely overdone. But they're always going to be lauded or booed based off of what you feel about them. Yep. Nobody can be objective and say, regardless of if you think he's a good player or not, whether you think he's a headache or not. Well, no, not if he's a good player or not. Whether you think he's a headache or not, he's good enough to deserve whatever type of max contract that you believe he should be able to have. But
no one said that he's not. No one said that he doesn't deserve it. But with these things, like if you and I don't go to work, we don't get paid. And don't get me wrong, the NBA, the NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball, totally different things, right?
Yeah,
you're paid performers, right? And you got fans that pay tons of money for season tickets, and for you to pay tons of money for a season ticket and then you be told the day of the game that Kyrie's not playing because he got a sore pinky toe, that's just not right. That's disappointing to fans. And of course, we all know that these type of things happen. Injuries happen, especially when you play 86 games or so like that. But for you to just be here to chase a bag, and yes, you are great. Yes, you are must-see TV. You're shortchanging the game.
You know, like 90% of people fall in that category, right?
Yeah, but 90% of the people aren't great.
And see, that's what we just said, though.
That's why this doesn't translate.
His focus has changed. His focus is
not. Yeah, you keep talking about basketball. We need you to talk about business.
His focus.
The business of basketball.
Exactly.
That's where we're conflating the things. You keep focusing about basketball. Business. Kyrie's only thinking about business right now.
Right. His focus is not, okay, what team I can get on so I can win a ring. That's not where his focus is. That's what our focus is. We want to get on the teams so we can win a ring. We want to be able to hang a banner. That's what we want. That's what we want. But that's not his focus is at.
What are his interests? What are his interests? Because everybody knows.
All-time score.
Everybody know that LeBron, he's about to do.
He's not LeBron though. We know what you're trying to say, Pick, but that's not him.
I'm just saying, like, you know that some athletes are rappers. They got studio. Look at Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard's drop an album every year.
But that don't mean good.
He drop an album every year or whatever.
No, he's good.
That doesn't mean that
he's really good.
That don't mean that athletes are not good at rappers, though.
Right, but see, this is where Pick kind of starts getting on thin ice, because it's the same argument, if y'all remember, that he had for Ben Simmons.
I've been talking about Ben Simmons want to quit.
No, brother, I'm telling you, you bring up the money and they cheat. We have two different lifestyles, two different ways of approaching life. These guys have afforded themselves and some genetics the ability to make some choices that we just don't get to make.
Yeah.
So So if you're gonna say he cheated the game, okay, say that, but then don't bring up the money because it just doesn't compare. No. These guys. For them, that's how they look at life. The same way we look at making $80,000, $90,000, $100,000. You want to continue to get better. You want to continue to secure your money.
William, Kyrie could legitimately look you in your eyes right now and say, "I already did all that."
Yeah,
he got a ring.
In NBA championship, you're right. He can't.
Yeah.
I'm not confusing.
You want me to did? I already did all that.
I'm not confusing it. But my thing is, if you don't want to play the game to win championships, why are you playing the game?
For money.
Business.
Right.
That's what he's saying.
Why are you missing that?
That's what he's saying.
I'm not missing it. I'm not missing it because Ben Simmons is playing the game and he don't even want to play the game.
Because think about it, Pick.
it's his job, though.
This is what we were saying earlier about the NIL. This is exactly what I was saying earlier about the NIL. The NIL pick. You see what I'm saying? This is exactly what I said about NIL. Some of these guys with NIL, they're gonna play. They may stay in school for the money. Not necessarily for the football. They want to stay in school for the money. They could get hurt, sell sideline, and not care because NIL is paying them so much money a month.
Who said?
Same thing with Kyrie.
Who said? Didn't he say last week? Didn't he say a week or two ago? What if they take the money and then they don't even play sports no more? They take the NIL money. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Everything. You can't pull this pick. Stop it. It's a bad argument.
Hey, I have a question.
Go ahead.
I have a question. So this HR lady here. So how many people you know have a job and they don't like it? That's my first question. Just go ahead and answer that.
Like 90%, 80%.
Okay,
stand his job.
That's number one. That's number one.
With the word
and then some people, they have a job because they just need money, right? That might be Ben. Ben might be playing because it's a check. Kyrie may be playing because he wants to make a certain impact. Some people have that job because it's meaningful to them in whatever way that might be. Some might say it's a ring. Some might be to influence future generations. I don't think Kyrie's that person, whatever. But some people want to set records and they just want to be outstanding. It's their performance. Personally, if he gets a ring in the process, cool. But what if he's trying to imprint him onto basketball? To make your own.
First off, I'm about to look that up.
Huh?
I'm about to look that up.
What
Kyrie?
You know what an imprint is?
I know what you mean.
Kyrie's playing basketball because he's great at it. That's probably where he got his peace in life at. That's his serenity, place of serenity.
Between the lines.
And there's no question about it. He's using the NBA as a platform.
Yeah.
As you've seen how he did with the Jewish community. And allegedly the Nets owner is financing a genocide somewhere else. That's a story for another day. And that type of political difference might be the reason why triggered him to say, you know what? I don't want to work for this guy as a man. In addition to, he's not even going to pay my full contract. So there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. So
yeah,
Kyrie's coming across about that.
They a hypocrite. Real talk. I've quit a job before because of the boss.
Oh yeah. People don't quit jobs, they quit people.
Check out Ed.
Y'all got what?
That's mind of a man. That's a
mic drop.
Yeah, well, listen though, but can we acknowledge this though too? There's one LeBron, there's one Kobe,
right? There's
one Michael Jordan. Right. These people are different for a reason.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving is not any of those guys.
No.
And Kyrie Irving ain't even Melo, who never got close to sniffing a ring until it didn't even matter no more because he let the best years of his life go by. And guess what? He kept signing extensions in New York.
Yeah, he chased the money.
They kept giving them to him.
Yeah, he chased the money.
He kept getting. I mean, every time you look up, he getting $100 million extension. Yeah. Nobody said anything to him, and I'm like, bro, he's not a winner. Mm-hmm. So we can't look at Kyrie. At least he got a ring, and he played a valuable part in it.
Right. Yeah. Now,
that's all I'm saying.
I just kept the conversation going for about another 30 minutes anyway.
Hey, you did a great job. Then you did a great job.
You
made me bad with that. I'm not gonna lie.
You mode the situation.
I did. You stressed it out pretty good.
I know that was a shot. Yeah, I told you would know when I'm being, when I'm coming at you. You know.
Hey, again, y'all have to check out Mind of a Man pod with Ant, man.
Mind of a Man. I'm gonna check that out.
He is absolutely amazing with what he do, and he be on that joint one man in it by himself for real. Jamal, when's your next pod coming out?
I actually filmed today, so it should be out tomorrow.
All right, so Jamal's pod will be in the description as well. Y'all know he's been here before with us.
Yeah, and I'm gonna come on your show. You come on my show.
I got you. So listen, on Thursday we have Travis Thomas coming by. All right, we got Travis Thomas coming by so he can help us get our pockets right for the Super Bowl, which was supposed to be a record-setting amount of gambling put on this Super Bowl. It's just a ridiculous number. We'll get into all kinds of gambling situations with Travis, from coin toss to Gatorade colors to who's going to have the first down and all that other good stuff. On Saturday, we're just going to have fun. We're just going to have some fun on Saturday before the Super Bowl game. We'll bring you another quick 4 picks on Saturday, and then a program note for everyone. On Monday, we will have our after Super Bowl coverage because Tuesday's Valentine's Day. So we will be at you guys on Monday with one Mike Maher, Eminem from the Team 980, who's been on the show before. Right. So that's just to let you all know what's coming up the next week or so. And for the rest of this week, who's running water?
Jamal said, "Bump, you about to start washing dishes." The show.
Yeah, Jamal about to start washing dishes.
Yo, yeah, you're right, son. Yeah, you're right, son.
All right. Listen. Oh, and Drew's birthday is this weekend. That's right. My bro's birthday is
Happy birthday.
my bro's birthday this weekend, so I know we're gonna do something special for Drew, man. Listen, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the show today. Like I said, Super Bowl's coming up, the most watched sporting event ever. So we're gonna bring you some great content this week, and we got some great follow-up content for you guys with some great guests. Check out Jamal's podcast. Check out Ant's podcast. Thank you for watching First Stream Podcast. Don't forget to give us a like, that good thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that bell to enable alerts. And say it. You ready?
Man, I'm always ready.
Even
all right. Shouts out to my son.
Stinky legs coming up. I'm always ready. Go ahead.
All right. Shouts out to my son, United States Air Force. First Stream Podcast. Second to none. Come get some. Tell them, say it.
Back to back. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Ready for your beats? Our first song from the person.